Hello everyone and welcome back to Destiny. If you thought we were done with Destiny 1 updates, well, think again. We might be getting a patch on September 1st that adds a bit more content to bridge the gap between Destiny 1 and Destiny 2. Yes, actual new content. Now, if it all sounds too good to be true, it probably is. This is unconfirmed by Bungie and it was on a post on Reddit that has since been removed, so it's possible that it's just a troll on Reddit, but I still think it's worth going over just in case, and at the very least, it's an interesting conversation point. So in this video, I want to summarize that post in addition to talking about the latest information that we got in This Week in Bungie in regards to preloading the game and the new Destiny companion app. Lots to talk about, so let's jump into it. So first, let's quickly touch on the This Week at Bungie blog, which outlines a couple really interesting notes. First up, there's going to be an updated Destiny companion app that launches on August 23rd with a lot of new additional features, including your ability to customize your clan banner and motto. You can also keep track of clan progression and shared rewards, and you can also communicate between the teammates in the clan, which is a really nice addition. You can also create a clan or join a clan and invite others to join you. And perhaps the simplest and best feature, see who's playing that's in your clan. A lot of these features are going to be fantastic ways for you to coordinate with your team and prepare for the next activity. You're still going to have access to your gear and everything you love from the Destiny 1 app, but it's all redesigned to look much nicer and well presented. The other big piece of news we got was in regards to preloading the game if you happen to buy it digitally from PlayStation or Xbox. A lot of us naturally assumed that PS4 would have its preload like it always does, but a lot of questions were remaining for the Xbox users. And the good news is that Xbox users are going to be able to preload the game starting early next week. This is going to give Xbox players plenty of time to download that giant 60GB file for the game, and for PlayStation, that is going to be naturally available for preloading on August 31st. So definitely look out for that. Bungie is also visiting Gamescom and PAX. If you're attending either of those shows and want to learn more about those events, definitely head on over to the This Week at Bungie blog post. I'll leave a link down below. But anyways, moving on to the main topic of this video, which is in regards to a possible leak that was posted on Reddit earlier this morning. So as I mentioned at the top of the video, this was a post that was deleted from Reddit, but not only that, the username was also deleted. It's possible that this was either a fake account just trolling Reddit, or it could have been someone that wanted to hide their identity, created a alternative user, posted the one thing, and then it quickly got removed. Now, I really want to emphasize that this has not been confirmed by any stretch of the imagination. I'll leave a link down below to the original Reddit post. Even though the post was removed, that thread is still there and you can still see the comments. It is very unlikely that this is true. There were no signs of any kind of source, not even a claimed source to be a Bungie employee or anything along those lines. There's also some details in here that sound like it might conflict with Destiny 2's opening, and some other details that doesn't really make sense for Bungie to invest time in. But first, let's go over the actual post, and then we'll talk about both sides. Now, even though the post was removed, there were still screenshots taken by Mida Life Crisis. I'll leave a link down below to that specific tweet so you can read it for yourself. He also did a YouTube video on it, so definitely check that out if you want to learn a bit more about his take on the whole situation. But the post reads as follows. Friday, September 1st at 10 AM Pacific, there will be a small update to Destiny. It will be a relatively small update as all it contains is a small bit of content, no patches, fixes, or tweaks to the environment or weapons. Content will be accessible to everyone free of cost. Content are as follows. 1 epilogue video for Destiny 1, 4 minutes and 9 seconds long. 1 prologue video for Destiny 2, 3 minutes and 42 seconds long. 1 live action trailer for Destiny 2, 1 minute and 49 seconds long. 2 story missions leading into the beginning of the events of Destiny 2. The post goes on to mention that there will be no new weapons or armor, no Destiny 2 themed armor sets, 2 unspecified consumables have been scrapped from this update, would have been an Eververse exclusive set for all 3 classes and consumables. Spare will be obtained upon completing Mission 1, Imminent Invasion. The Ghost Shell will be obtained upon completing Mission 2, Guardians Down. The Ghost Shell is a damaged version of the Explorer Shell with flickering lights and a cracked screen with the ability to be infused to 400 light, will collect Glimmer from all enemy races excluding Guardians in the Crucible. The Sparrow will be at max speed of 170 and is a legendary version of the Sparrow S10 with a smoking effect coming from the engine. The mission descriptions read as Mission Number 1, Imminent Invasion, race across a soon-to-be ravaged Cosmodrome after you discover about an incoming threat. Mission 2 is Guardians Down, revive a fallen Guardian and fight off a fleet of Red Legion on a reconnaissance mission outside the tower. The epilogue will play after logging into your character. The prologue will play after the 2 story missions have been completed. All 3 videos will be viewable in the director after they've been viewed for the first time. And then the post was wrapped up with a mention that this was supposed to be something that Bungie mentioned 3 to 4 weeks ago, but for one reason or another, they ended up not doing that, and they've been quiet about it ever since. So this has a lot of specific details, and I put them up on the screen just so you can sort of stare at them while we go over the details again. So the idea here is on September 1st, after a small patch, you will log on and view a epilogue that will summarize your Destiny 1 journey, and then you will have a mission that shows up in the director or maybe from a quest or something. And it seems like there's 2 quick story missions that come from that in the Cosmodrome to sort of bridge the gap a little bit, followed by a prologue for Destiny 2. And I suppose that's supposed to bridge the gap between the 2 games, and then of course we're going to have that live action trailer, which we already knew might be already happening anyways. So as far as my thoughts, let's start with the really skeptical part of me that doesn't think that this is true, and that's for a number of reasons. One, I don't think Bungie would invest time in making story missions. They already have a hard enough time doing that for Destiny 1. Now it's unclear whether or not they've improved their ability to do that. This could be something that they've planned for a long time, so it's something that they could have been working on all summer. It's hard to tell. Also, we already have some bridging content with Destiny 1. Age of Triumph is supposed to be the epilogue of the entire game. Not only are we celebrated for all of our achievements throughout the Destiny 1 era, but we also have some new idle dialogue from the speaker that was injected with the Age of Triumph update that mentions things like the Shard of the Traveler. And also keep in mind that the very specific timestamps of these videos don't necessarily mean that it's more legitimate. They could just be to throw us off or to make it seem more believable. Also, it's hard to think that they would work on consumables or even Eververse Trading Company items, although this does mention that they were scrapped. So this whole update could have been intended for earlier in the summer, maybe a couple weeks ago from now. And maybe they decided that it wouldn't have that sense of urgency with the tower invasion, which is why they were scrapped altogether, because it would be really weird to have Eververse items this late into the game when the final game is coming out merely 5 days after this patch drops. And that sort of leads me to the devil's advocate side for me, which is that, hey, this might be a real thing that we're getting on September 1st. It's definitely something that I would have loved to see. I think it would have benefited from a cleaner transition between Destiny 1 and Destiny 2. Also, it could be just to build up even more hype for the game, maybe needing to send out as many positive vibes as possible before they drop the big news that Destiny 2 will have a rolling midnight release, which would be a bummer for those in the United States. This is something that has yet to be confirmed. It would definitely be a bit of a bummer to have to wait 17 hours after Australia goes first to be able to play the game. I think those would be the longest 17 hours of my entire life if that ended up being true, so I really hope that's not the case. I would rather wait through a 3 to 4 hour queue to get into the servers. But anyways, moving back to providing some more legitimacy to this. This does also go in line with some stuff that Bungie does like to do, which is to provide some prologue-like content before a major expansion. Some notable mentions are the Blades of Crota appearing before Dark Below was released, and then the week before the House of Wolves, we got a new version of Queen's Wrath. That kicked off the Roaming Wolves public events across the destinations, and that week, of course, became known for the infamous key farming. And all of those events were big surprises to us. It's not something that Bungie had told us beforehand. So with that in mind, it could be something that still happens on September 1st. At the very least, I think that's when we're going to be getting the Destiny 2 live action trailer, if there still is going to be one. So basically, I don't think this is going to be happening. I would love to be proven wrong in this case. But let me know what your thoughts are in the comments below. Also, if you're unaware, I did start my big Destiny 2 limited edition giveaway. I'll leave a link down below on how to enter. It's super simple. You just have to subscribe to me here on YouTube and follow me on Twitch. Very simple tasks, and you can bag yourself one of these copies. Aside from that, drop a like if you enjoyed this video and subscribe for more Destiny content. And I will see you all next time.